Talking, I'm reminded of a young man. He was a quarterback in high school. He had everything going for him. Everything going for him. Quarterback in high school, coming up on his senior year. He was hoping to go to Notre Dame. Everything's going great. Right? He throws an interception. Guys breaking. He's breaking back towards the end zone. He's the last ditch effort to make the tackle. For those of us that play football, we never depend on the quarterback to tackle anybody. Right? He's not tackling nobody. Him and the kicker are just about as useless. When it comes to that, he kicks, he throws the ball, everybody else does everything else. Right? But he stepped up. Guy comes barreling down, he steps up, he throws the hit into him, he breaks his neck. Becomes quadriplegic. He basically had no use of anything except his hands at a certain point, and he had to develop that usage. He got depressed. He lost everything. I just told you, you're going to incur losses on your road to success. He lost everything. His identity was so wrapped up in football, he didn't know what to do with himself. His friends tried to cheer him up. There was nothing they could do. They took him out on the boat, on a cruise. He was still depressed, sitting in his wheelchair. Didn't know what he could do. He had just found movement in his hands, but he's depressed about what he doesn't have. The guy's sitting on the boat, and he assumes because he can't play football, he block passes the use of his hands. He jumps in the water. He's quadriplegic. He can barely hold a pen. He can't swim. He jumps in the water figuring if I can't ever walk again, if I can't ever play football again, when he can't breathe, that moment when your air cuts off, that's when it's showtime. Because if you wanted to die, this is it. Started using those arms that wasn't working. He barely had feelings in his fingers. He started fighting his way to the surface. He gets to the surface, he fights his way to the surface, he gets to the surface, he starts swimming towards the shore. Can't use his legs, it's all upper body. You think he was thinking about whether or not the fact that he didn't have his legs? You start fighting with what it is that you got when you can't breathe. If you know what it's like not to be able to breathe, all you want is air. And once he got to the surface and he started swimming with what he had, all of a sudden he looked behind him and here comes the tide. Thank God for the tide because it pushed him right to the shore. He survived. How many of you realize that when you just get started with what you got, God will step in and push you to the shore of your dreams? That moment where everybody else had everything to say about who I was, that I didn't know who I was. You don't have another time like this one. You don't have another time where somebody's taking something from you, essentially punching you in the mouth, and asking what you're going to do about it. God, that the things that you're going to speak into yourself and the belief that you have in yourself is all designed for you to hit that goal and that purpose. I would sit downtown Jacksonville and look at the landing, and I would look at the buildings and I would wonder how I could go from where I was, riding the bus, working part-time at GNC, to owning something. I didn't want to wear it, I didn't want to be Nike. You ever had that feel? You ever just want to be Nike? You know, just do it. I just want to own it. Put your neighbor to your right, your left, and say, it can be done. Because I got some special stuff. You got the opportunity to go from grace to legendary. If you expect to be legendary, if you plan on going to the next level, congratulations, you guys did great. In order to be who you never been, you have to do things that you have not done yet. And this is your defining moment. This is your moment to become legendary. As a man, personal achievement is phenomenal. But you set records, and the records fall. Great people set records. Legendary teams live forever. You have some special stuff. If you stop worrying about what you don't have and you start to use what you do have, I'll see you on the other side.